Hi, everybody. I'm really excited to talk about this topic today on how to gain momentum. And so this is a big one. We're starting to make our lists. We're thinking about, okay, this is the next set of goals that I'm wanting to reach for this year. And how do I gain momentum? How do I get those positive feelings despite not achieving that goal yet? So what we want to do is build momentum, build positivity, build the belief inside of us so that we can attract that what we desire much more quickly. So, we know that we need to build the list. Why? Writing down is really, really important. You're able to gain mental clarity, and you can start seeing your thoughts clearly when you write them down on paper. This is an incredibly important part of the process. So you need to be clear. So usually I'm just going to put down some of the top things, that people are wanting to achieve. So most people, they want a house or a better home, right? We want our relationships to improve. Or we're wanting to acquire a new relationship. Maybe you're wanting another partner. You've had some changes in life. People definitely want their businesses to improve. And then, of course, the biggest thing is everybody wants to earn more money. Okay, and I know that there's a lot of other things. People want vacations. They're wanting new clothes. There's a lot of things that you can continue to add to your list that are personal and important to you. So the biggest thing when I speak to people, or even myself in the beginning, I was like, okay, so we'll just take one, for example, we'll take a house and money. So when we're wanting to, gain momentum positively towards these goals, sometimes you'll write this down and, I've had conversations where people are like, well, I don't have the house yet. Or they'll say, just for example, they want a bigger house. And then you can already start to hear, I've gone through this as well, where I'm like, oh, it's going to be a lot of work. Or you start, they just start that ball rolling and we're like, no. That's not what we're here to do. So when you're creating your list, make sure that as you look at your list and what you're writing on it, pick achievable goals. Because we want to gain positive momentum. We don't want to start having those lack and limitation thoughts where, you're starting to get negative momentum. The whole point in moving towards the desire and the wish fulfilled is to have positive momentum. So if you're looking at your list, go through the areas where you feel that you can achieve it easily, and that you have strong beliefs around what you can achieve. And if you're wanting the goal of money, don't go, okay, I want $3 million and I want it in 30 days. Pick milestones that, don't start to feel like a lot of work. And in order to gain positive momentum, you need to visualize. So as you're going through your list, pick 3 things and start to visualize. And when you catch yourself starting to go, oh, I don't have the house I want, or, oh, I don't have the relationship yet, or, oh, I don't have enough money in the bank. Stop. Okay, that's more lack and limitation. And I know personally for myself, I've gone through this many, many times. You look at your bank account and you go, ugh. Okay. What we want to start doing is start retraining our brain. And this is where discipline is incredibly important. Incredibly important. And, it's easy to jump to the negative, but what we want to do is make it easy to jump to the positive. So when we're building momentum, we want to visualize. So I know I'll just state for myself, when I start getting into the stinking thinking and the negativity, which can happen quite quickly throughout the day, I stop. I'm like, no, we're not doing this today. This is a non-negotiable. I'm not going to walk down this path. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to revisualize and goal in a positive way. So take your list, pick one item, close your eyes and start to see yourself with that. So what I do is I pick a dollar amount and I start to see myself with it. I watch myself as I, go to the bank machine, or as I go to the bank. I'm like, oh, I'm so happy and grateful now that I have this money in my account. And every day I start to see myself and see how it feels. Hold the money in your hand. See the amount of money in your bank account and see how it makes you feel. And if you're not feeling positive, then we'll share that for another video. That's another set of steps. But what you want to do is start visualizing whether it's there or not. It doesn't matter. Your subconscious and your imagination, you don't need to physically have, the desired amount of money in your hand right now. You don't need that to visualize it. And like I said, this is the easiest way to gain momentum. You go in your mind, close your eyes, take a deep breath and see yourself with that relationship. See yourself living in the dream home that you've always wanted. See yourself, going to the bank machine and withdrawing, or whatever, just, going out and shopping and spending the money on what you're desiring to have. And you have to do that every day. And every time you catch yourself saying, just stop. Just stop and start building the discipline. Thinking positively is a skill. How many conversations do you have with people that are negative in a day? Right? Start noticing. So as we gain this new skill and we start thinking positively and we start visualizing and we start seeing ourselves with it, feeling the feelings, noticing when you're smiling, noticing when your face lights up, start having these things. You do it every single day. You are going to build that positive momentum. It's going to become a habit and you are going to feel a lot better. Just keep saying to yourself, if it's the relationship that you desire or money, go on dates with that person in your mind. Start going shopping with the amount of money that you want to spend in your mind. These are very, very powerful skills that we have that we don't need to pay for. We can just take some quiet, close our eyes, and visualize. And this will be the fastest, easiest way for you to start gaining momentum.